Hey guys, welcome back to my full house. Tonight I am in my bedroom and I just want to talk to you guys about homeschooling. And you might question, well, why are you in your bedroom? Well, there's a reason. I'm here to show you. On to this side, if you want to show them really quick, my husband's recording. I wanted you guys to see. This is our setup. I will go through and explain everything in detail of what we use and how we've organized it. Now we have 3 children out of 6 of our kids doing homeschooling right now, ages 10, 9, and 7. And I just want to go over and show you what we have been doing over the years. At first I was homeschooling. We decided to send our 2 older children to a public school. And that's a whole nother video I'm going to do, and why we stopped sending them to a public school and what gave us the reassurance of why we need to homeschool. I don't know if you're familiar with Andrew Womack, or he talks about in his sermon on YouTube. If you look up Andrew Womack about homeschooling, he encourages a lot of people to homeschool, and it's not just to shelter your children from the world. That's not really the main focus. The main focus is teaching our children values that have to do with God, and teaching them the Word, and then teaching them also math, English, history, all the same subjects, but in a godly platform. And so that's really the reason why we did decide to homeschool, but I'll go in detail more in another video of why we stopped sending them to a public school. But to go back to where we do our everyday school, we do school 4 days a week. Before my husband goes to work in the morning, we do from about 9 till 2 or 3 in the afternoon. We'll do our homeschooling, and it's right here on the computer. We use BJU Press, and I'm not going to open it completely, but I will show you guys a little bit of what it would look like. So you would sign on to your computer, and we added a little tab onto the front of our screen to make it easier for our kids. They haven't officially totally learned how to sign on, but it's a work in progress. So I still sign on for them. And like I said, I have 2 of my kids doing the online courses, and then my youngest that's doing homeschooling, which she's 7, we do curriculum in just books, which I'll show you guys in a minute about it. So over here is what it would look like when we sign in. It shows what we've completed, it shows what we need to do, and if I click on one of these items, this will take me to what their lesson is. So day 5, this would go, this would be the lesson that they're going to do, 4 types of sentences, the materials they need, and if I was to open this file, all it would be is something I would need to print out for them to practice. It's 4 types of sentences. Then down below is the video they would watch for the day. And here's just a little overview of what a video might look like. So I'll just fast forward a little bit so you can kind of get an idea.
If a man have 100 sheep, and one of them be gone astray,
so that's just a little bit about what they would watch. So it's really nice because not only are they getting educated, but they also don't have to hear mom talk all day long. So they get to listen to somebody else. And then at the very bottom, it will tell you day 5 assignment and what they would need to complete. When you are done with day 5, you would go back in the check mark and you would check off all of those, and that would show that you have completed day 5. And then you would go on to the next subject. Up above, if I was to click on English on the top, this gives you a little background of who your teacher is and what to expect from her, and a little bit about her too, which is so nice. And then over here, if I wanted to go to the grade book, I can keep track of my kids' grades. And then if I was to click out of this, and then I could sign into my own, each parent will definitely have their own they can sign into. And this allows me to see what my kids have completed and what they haven't completed. And then if I wanted to go down below, I can also communicate with other parents. I haven't done this, but you can communicate with other parents and they can share just, you know, different things on what they might need help with or understanding. Now over here, if I was to click on the top portion, this brings me to the parent resource. Now, the parent resource is really nice because, one, I don't know everything. I'm learning along with them because I've forgotten a lot of things as well. But this gives you the opportunity to go in and get the answer keys to their practice worksheets, to their workbook texts, and that really helps where we're not spending all day just sitting there trying to figure out the answer. We can kind of, and then it's like an aha moment. You're like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, I knew that. But you know, we all need to be refreshed. So this is really nice. I really have enjoyed this. This is our first year doing the online course, and I think we will be sticking with it. Now I wanted to show you a little setup of, I did an unboxing video, so if you haven't seen that, go back and look at it. It's on my actually it's on my channel, Natasha Garza. So if you're not subscribed, go check me out on Natasha Garza. I have a video on unboxing all of my kids' BJU Press workbooks. So I'm going to show you where I set them up. These are all the books. We have English right here. Now my 10 and 9-year-old, they are in the same subject this year. Same grade, I mean. So this is their English. So nice. It's been such a blessing to our family to finally have, to finally find something that's worked for us. Because we've gone through My Father's World, we've done Abeka, and they were all great. They all had their perks, but I would have to say this by far has been the easiest, and I think it's been a lot more fun for the kids to be able to see somebody else talking to them and explaining things. And it's not just the teacher. They actually have other people come in through different scenarios, and they give like little skits and just intriguing things where it like really makes them like, this is fun, Mom. And then the next day, like, I don't want to do school. But then they come in and are like, I really like school, Mom. I'm like, I know it. We're going to keep doing it, whether you like it or not. But they like it. So this is a good sign. It's a good sign it's working for them, and it's working for me and Dad. So this is their handwriting work text. So this is kind of like they're learning cursive and that kind of stuff. It's not writing. It's more of learning cursive now. Then we have Heritage Studies. This is their activity manual. And this is their reading. So they read all these different things, which it's really amazing the things that we've learned so far. I can't say enough good things about BJU Press. So then this is their math. And then it also comes with a student packet, which it has all of these little things they have to punch out. And I ended up buying them just an extra little crayon bucket. And when they punch it out, we just stick them in here and then we put them back because they will need them for different subjects or different times of doing math. And actually, I don't know if they'll need them for different subjects, so we'll find that out too. And then this is their reading. It's so nice, you guys. If you're looking for something to help you, if you're a stay-at-home mom or you work, this might be the thing and then this is, they have 2 different reading, A and B. So we're only in A right now. But, and then there's science. So this is their reading, just like the Heritage Studies. And then this is their manual. So this has all like the worksheets in there. It's thundering out right now. I don't know if you guys can hear that. And then there's spelling. I should just take these out for a second so I could show them. So their spelling looks like this. And then this is just like a little bit of what's going on inside. Very vibrant colors and pictures. It's really nice, you guys. Now we haven't touched any of these books yet, so I'm not sure when we will. But we got these books for them to read. And that's for each one of my kids. Now, we've been debating about signing up our 7-year-old, but we kind of want her to keep going with what she's doing and then see where she might be placed and what might work for her. So down below here, all of these subjects, there's 7 subjects. So English, handwriting, heritage studies, math, reading, science, and spelling. Now if you can come closer, I wanted to show, I labeled everything with my label maker. So it has all of their names, and then it goes in order from 1 to 7 with the subject. Now all they have to do is look up above and find out what order the subject is in from down here, and then they can place their book up here in order. And then this is their review binder. It just doesn't fit down here, so we set it up here. And this has anything they've done from the subjects. And then I did label them. That way we place them in order. We are to keep them because I'm sure they're going to have to go back and like do some reviews for test. And then down below, they each have a bucket. And in their bucket at the moment, like I said, has a crayon bucket for all of those math cutouts. And then another crayon bucket for crayons, pencil sharpener, scissors, glue, crayons, and a dry erase marker. Because you will need one. They mention that you'll need one for doing math or writing for practice, and it comes in handy when we're doing a lot of writing for English, and instead of me sitting with each child trying to help them spell everything, I can write it out for them, and they can write it out after they've told me what I need to write, and then they can also go back and have to reread it, so that way it helps their comprehension as well. So that's been working out for us. These are from the dollar store, just cheap little dry erase boards. So that goes along for my son. Same thing, books, his extra review workbook sheets, all of his binders that has, I can show you what we put inside. Inside here has a chart. He needs a little bit of help with his numbers. He writes them backwards a lot, so I have him check that. Then onto this side, you can have the dry erase or a notepad to do out your math worksheets for practice. Then over here has all of the worksheets that you would need for whatever we're needing them for. They will let you know as you watch the video. They will tell you when to take it out. That's one thing I love about it. Not only is it listed on the front of that screen, but they still tell you while you watch the video what you need. So a lot of times my kids are like, wait, I didn't get that. And sometimes it's sitting here if I had to print something out, And then that helps me too, because then I can just hand it to them. So we have all of that set up for the two that are doing the online course. Over here, this stuff right here now is my father's world. And this, like I said, I still enjoyed my father's world. I think what we were missing is just the online portion. We really needed a little bit more of, if I'm changing a diaper or cooking some lunch or whatever the case could be, I kind of needed that little bit of leeway where I knew they were watching something and I can hurry up and do what I needed to as being the mom. Homeschooling, it's very challenging but very rewarding, because you get to see where your child's, you know, where they're at with their learning. Because if they went to school, that's another benefit. You know exactly how your child learns, if they're one-on-one or they're better independent. So my oldest is better independent. She just needs me for certain things. My son, he needs more of that one-on-one. But I do recommend My Father's World too, because I loved all about the Bible stuff they had. All of it. Now my daughter and son still read from these. They've read this, but they just keep reading it because it's good to remember about the Bible. So this stuff all over here, though, for them too is old stuff, so in the sense, but they can still go in and refresh their memory. So we haven't gotten rid of it. Down below, though, for my 7-year-old, this is what she's using right now. My Caitlin, she's using Becca at the moment. So she's got her social studies right here for her. Her handwriting, which is really nice. And then letters and like spelling. And then more writing for her. So she's definitely getting a lot better with her writing. And then this one is just think and learn, so like math. So it's not that I don't like Abeka or My Father's World, but for online portion, I've really enjoyed the BJU Press. But, so that's our setup in here for right now. So this is where she keeps her stuff. And then over here, this is where there are times I do need to be with them and write things on our board. So it's helpful to have a board in here. I'll show you guys in another video our setup in our kitchen. We have a huge board in there, which is nice when we're all together or reading or learning about something that maybe involves all of us. So over here in the corner, I keep all of my pens, a pencil for me, my clip or my stapler, and then in here has all my dry erase markers and all that good stuff. And then down in here has just some stickers. I did use these at one time. I don't know where the other one is, but I had a boys' restroom and a girls' restroom because sometimes when we're learning, I just felt like, you know, there was always a reason why they wanted to get up. So I felt like if they had this, they had to bring it back to me as soon as they were done using the restroom, and they couldn't go anywhere else. So we don't really do that anymore. This is where I keep all of our index cards for doing like vocabulary, stamps, our extra clocks to help them learn, the clocks. My little ones like to play with that. Then down below has all of our adding and subtracting cards. This is a really neat thing. If your kids are having a hard time learning how to read, this is really neat because if you put it to your ear and you talk in it, it travels back and they can hear the letters that they're having to sound out. So it helps them pronounce the words better. And then extra glue. So yeah, extra pencils. And then over here is where we keep all of our different types of paper. So we have paper for our printer. We have writing paper, 2 different types of paper for writing. These are more for like the younger ones that are learning how to stay on the lines. And then we have, I think that's college rule. But this is our setup. And this is where our kids, they sit here and they learn off of the computer. I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit behind the scenes of what we do with homeschooling, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and God bless.